Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Fox, you wrote in your opening statement that you will be, quote, independent, impartial, and fair, end of quote, which, as we discussed in my office, is a core responsibility of the job of independent counsel. And yet, you accepted a senior advisor position in the Office of the Director of National Intelligence from Director Gabbard after you knew that she had put your name forward for the role of Inspector General. And you are also now acting chief of the Information Management Office at ODNI. So my question for you, sir, is how can we, or the employees of the intelligence community, trust that you will indeed be independent, impartial, and fair when you chose to work in the very office that you were nominated to oversee?
Thank you for the question, Senator, and thank you again for taking the time to meet with me. I appreciate our conversation. Being truthful and being independent are my top priorities, as the Inspector General have confirmed, and I was chosen for the role of senior advisor and ultimately for the role of Inspector General, I believe, because of my reputation for doing so. And I only took this role as senior advisor, which in reality is just a title. My duties have been to perform as acting chief of the Information Management Office, which is overseeing the release of records to the public for FOIA requests, Privacy Act, and we have a number of other groups. And I'm dedicated to transparency and rebuilding public trust. One thing I'd like to add is since day one, the entire leadership team has understood the importance of that independence, and for that purpose, I've been properly insulated from any personnel decisions or any significant organizational decisions, to the extent that if I'm in a meeting and one of these topics arises, I will literally leave the room, and they've respected that and supported that effort.
Well, you know, you shared with me the same information in my office, which I appreciated, but it still, I believe, raises serious questions about some judgment as to why you would take that position, given your background. As Senator Moreno highlighted with his questions, CISA 2015 is a critical law that provides liability protections to businesses that share threat information with the federal government and each other. These authorities play a key role in coordinating public-private responses to cyber incidents, including the recent Volt and Salt Typhoon attacks. Mr. Planke, I'm pleased with the answer that you gave to my colleague. It was very thorough. I think it was pretty clear you fully support the reauthorization of that legislation as to how critical it is, and I understand Secretary Noem also fully supports the reauthorization of that as well. We are heading towards the deadline here at the end of September, so we have to take action before that time, Mr. Chairman. I know you and I have spoken about this on numerous occasions, and I look forward to working with you in the weeks ahead as we look at this deadline and trying to get legislation passed to make sure that those authorities are continuing to be there. So thank you for your support. And if confirmed, I would hope to deliver a bill that allows you to continue to work with all of the partners necessary to provide cybersecurity in this country. Mr. Fox, I'm very concerned about Signalgate, both the sharing of classified information on commercial messaging app and the implication that those records have not been retained as they should have been. In our meeting on Tuesday, you reiterated that nothing classified was shared because the Defense Secretary, who is the original classification authority of the information, has confirmed that the messages were not classified. And yet, just yesterday, after you and I met, the Washington Post reported that the information Secretary Hegseth shared came from an email marked secret. You know exactly what that means. Secret is classified information that should not be shared with foreign allies. So my question for you, will it be your stance as IG, if confirmed, that the Secretary can simply retroactively say that operational battle plans involving men and women in uniform are not classified and thus try to avoid the consequences of sharing them in an unclassified manner?
Thank you for the question, Senator. With my IMO role, when we review information for classification, a part of that involves a line-by-line review. So if a document is marked secret no foreign, for example, it's likely that there are portions within that document that may be unclassified entirely. I can't speak to this because I'm not aware of the facts and circumstances. I'd also like to add that national defense information and DoD information would be originating from DoD, and thus DoD would be the appropriate entity to make any determination for that. That being said, to answer your question, as ICIG have confirmed, nobody is above the law, and I'm committed to conducting every single activity of the Inspector General's office in an impartial manner without fear or favor.